Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. Like to welcome you all to the show. Today, I have none other than Queen Isis. And what's so special about this topic, she's discussing natural hair, and there will be an event in Dallas coming up in October. But Queen Isis, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Now, what is the date of the event?
So we have the Braid Freedom Crown Parade and Festival coming up on the 21st of October. It's this Saturday. It's day after tomorrow. And we'll be in the streets of the Southern Sector, disenfranchised community on MLK. There's an MLK all over the world in every state. Yes. But we'll be in front of Gould and MLK, and we will end the parade at MLK. And then afterwards, we have a Crown Festival, which will be held at Ann's Health Food Store. Everyone knows Miss Ann, and that's off of Zang and 35.
Okay. Now, is that in regards to the passing of the Crown Act?
Okay, this is in regards to everything before the Crown Act. 400 years without a comb before Crown Act and Dove got in the bed together. This is about my 30-year battle with the state of Texas fighting against discrimination. They give us different names to explain the same thing that we've been crying for. That's human rights. We don't need Dove to head our movement because we have been on the move, moving things and, knocking doors open for centuries, actually. Mm-hmm. So this is all about the Braid Freedom, which is about the freedom of braiders in the state of Texas. I was just embracing the labor of love when I got arrested and put in jail for braiding hair. And that's what sparked the interest of me wanting to bring this braid freedom concept to our people. But today, in 2015, it went on for 20 years, and 2015, Governor Greg Abbott signed the bill into law. So the law that I had to, I was instrumental in helping to change for our people was the right to braid for money. So I made it legal for people in the state of Texas to braid for money. And then we were also making sure that people in the state of Texas were able to become entrepreneurs. So this Crown Parade and Freedom Festival is all about everything that we've done. And there are definitely, people that came before me. And so my 40 years in the business came before the Crown Act. We've always been pushing different policies in, just different concepts in the schools against the policies that discriminate against our children. And it just didn't start in 2023. The Crown Act, we're happy that, that's something that started in California. Sisters, lawyers got together and decided that, okay, now that we're free, because they too are free to braid hair for a career. Now that we're able to do that, let's attack these different scenarios that exist around the country. And they started in California first. So I'm not sure if we were the 7th state or if we were the 14th state, but I'm not sure that there are more than 21 states that have passed this Crown Act law. And definitely the Braid Freedom passing in 2015 definitely made an impact, a strong impact on the world. I mean, people in Atlanta, people in New York, people in D.C., people, Chicago, women all over the country, Arkansas, all over the country were able to get some justice as it related to our identity, our braids, our twists, our locks, our afros, as it related to what we bring to the table as the original beings on the planet.
Come on, that's what I'm talking about. And I want to thank you for paving a way for braiders to have an occupation to support their families to help put revenue within the community.
That's right.
That's important. Right. Now, this is what gets me, though, Queen Isis. This is what gets me. Now, when these archaeologists, and they dig up the tombs, and they dig up statues, and they see braided hair, and an image and likeness of us, do you think that at the one point, the freedom of expression when it comes to hair and braiding of hair and the afros was a tool to kind of weaken our power, or did they know that we had power within our hair, or in a sense?
I think so. I think they saw God. I think they see God when they see our hair. And Africans believe that God does live in our hair. God nestled in our hair. Our hair grows up like the trees. We grow up. Our melanin is definitely the exact replica of melanin that's in the universe. Our hair is the way that we speak, whether we know any languages. Our hair is universal. When people see it, they automatically feel like, wow, this is just so much fun. Like, I like it. It's beautiful. How can I get it? You know, can I steal it? Can I take it? Can I join you in it? You know, that kind of thing. But yes, most definitely. Our hair also, the patterns of our braids always was a loud voice on setting us in a direction where we could become free. You know, like it was the map to our freedom, literally. I mean, and so when you look at our patterns and the art of what we express globally, I mean, it's magnificent. You know, people, I can see people being jealous and envious of it. It's something that, you know, people whose hair grow down to the ground, they don't have this type of art to express in their culture. It's a cultural, ancestral art form.
Right.
And I think it's something that needs to be respected. And there's diversity, you know, being thrown around in the country, all over the world, really, about this hairstyle. So people have to just open up and be more inclusive and realize that these are the original beings on the planet. Like, no, we don't have hair that grows like a pyramid on our heads, but at least we can learn how to unite with them and to celebrate with them and to be one with them in this, you know, in this beautiful art. Not, oh, I don't like your hair because it's an afro, it grows up. Oh, your two ponytails, they're not professional. You can't come to school looking that way. Not anything that discriminates who we are. You don't tell an elephant, hey, you can't be on this planet anymore because you grow a tusk. Everybody don't grow tusk, but an elephant is just as pretty, you know, and still beautiful as a rabbit even. So I guess people just got to be, you know, okay in their own culture and their own skin. Exactly.
I was one time someone was trying to explain to me about our hair grows 9 ether and others grow 6 ether and whatnot. You know, in a sense, and I'm like, okay, well that's fine. But on the health reason as well, as far as, you know, I don't know if you watched they cloned Tyrone.
I don't think so, but I heard about it.
Right, they were talking about how they was using these chemicals or relaxers, and how it would slow you down. It would zap your energy. You know, how it made you complacent in a sense. You know, and I'm thinking that if we get away from all of these chemicals and go natural, it will boost energy and it'll create a vision where we can focus on our goals and, you know, get more accomplished in a sense. And that's just me and me theorizing, but it got to be something in the chemicals in order for it to gather this much attention and the causes that it's having on the people.
Yeah, I think too, we just need to go back to basics, and we need to, stay in our own integrity. You will never see a flower get out of its integrity, an animal get out of its integrity. You would never see fruit or vegetables getting out of its integrity. We have been totally taken away from who we truly are. And yes, our hair has power. And yes, we are the original beings. That's all beautiful. We understand that. But I don't think we really know it deeply within. The chemical companies came after our children. Our black children were most wanted by all these different chemical companies. And way back, like say in the early 20s, our people were still not able to understand how to be one within. They didn't know because everybody was dictating to them what they could and could not do. We couldn't shampoo our hair back in that day. We weren't allowed to be seen in public with afros and twists and locks. We were used as a symbol to make money for other commercials and other corporations, and that's what the chemical company is doing and has done for years. They make billions and trillions of dollars off of, selling our black children. Oh, you owe it to your race to make your hair look different. Putting black children on the cover with straight hair versus the kids that naturally come out of the womb with curly, beautiful, spirally hair. Mm-hmm. So we have allowed all of the industries across the board to capitalize off of the black currency, the black dollar. We make money for everybody. Of course, if we stop using sodium hydroxide, we will stop having issues with alopecia. We will stop having issues with eczema. There won't be any more people talking about, I have lupus. Fibroid tumors just running rampant in this country. And mostly they say the number is higher in the black race. Not like they say, I know that it's a fact that we are ill. Not only should we take the chemicals out of our brains, we should also take the chemicals out of our foods. Yes. We are just losing it because we are eating things against our integrity. Like, why would you want to eat another animal? Like, that makes no sense to me, but not to each his own. But that's where all of the cancer is coming from, all of the thyroid issues. It's just so much that we need to get back to. And I say that once we can connect with Mayat, truth, righteousness, justice, reciprocity, balance, harmony, and order, we're going to be okay. But right now, we're in the hands of so many people playing chess with us.
Right. Well, I applaud what you're doing with the natural hair event that you're having, because it's a step of awareness to where people can come and be around that natural hair, that good energy, that positive thinking, and that becomes effective and it starts to spread. If people like yourself don't do what you're doing, we would be totally in the dark. It shows that your love for your community, because putting on an event like this is not easy, because you got to deal with so many different people, but you have to have the love for the people, because it's tiresome, man. This is an uphill battle. It's not easy.
Yeah, it's a battle, but I love women and children, and this is how I give back. We have to find the solutions to these problems that we're facing. And so one of the things is to celebrate the Braid freedom, because now women can put food on the table. They can become entrepreneurs. They can go and learn the art from Naturally Isis, because I don't believe there's nobody else out here that keep the doors open like this, that really even understand the structure and composition of hair. How do we grow our hair? What is it that we should and should not be using? Over-the-counter products? Over-the-counter products, good for our hair. Like, what are we doing with our children's hair? Are we using combs? Those combs were used, those European combs were used to beat our people down. They hung at the front door of every Southern church in America. If your hair did not pass freely through the comb, you were denied membership of the church. So now we're awakening because there's something more to us just, going through these stages of losing our jobs because we won't cut our locks, or getting kicked out of school because, we want to graduate with our locks. So there's something deeper. There's something certainly more that's happening. I'm asking people to support me. Like, you're so happy that you're free now. You're able, according to the state of Texas, this law, Bill 2717, brought trillions of black dollars back into the state of Texas. That means so many people are now entrepreneurs that look like you and I. Right. That means people are migrating from other states coming here just because they can open up a braiding salon. Right. So there's a lot that we should be celebrating in the streets for. I mean, not just because your industry with braiding is free of cosmetology regulations, but because it's somebody that looks like you that kicked the doors open. Right. We have to come together collectively to support each other. And I'm asking people to come out. I'm also asking people to donate. This is the time where send your $10. Send your $10 to Naturally Isis. I'm trying to do the best I can to save the next generation. In my case, after the first 10 years, I was grandfathered, and my curriculum was used by the state of Texas. The next 10 years was all about me fighting for the right to teach the next generation. So that's what your $10 is doing. All of the kids that are out there, they are so freaking excited and young, 9, 10, 11. They don't have the money for training, but your donations will help these babies get into my university and my school and be trained properly. When I talk about the breakdown, the molecular structure, and the breakdown of the elasticity of our hair, it makes the babies understand more that your hair has a stronger purpose in nature, not just here in this situation in the classroom, but because everything we are is, you can find it in nature. That's right. And we're one with nature, literally, not figuratively. So this is a very awesome event. This is our 8th year, and we've done it ever since I got arrested. I said, okay, I'm not going to look at this as something that is hindering me. I'm going to look at it as though it looks like it's one person in this courtroom, but I got 1,000 ancestors right here with me. Yes, so it gave me the strength to carry on the same thing that we've been fighting and kicking the doors open for centuries.
The science. You are teaching the science of hair. It's a science. It's mathematics. We appreciate, and the future generations will appreciate your efforts because it helps in so many different ways, sister. First of all, it helps black men to fall in love with that natural hair and those braids. And it keeps certain sisters from risking going to jail trying to steal weave and fake hair. It cuts out a lot of unnecessary problems that comes with dealing with things that are unnatural, because we are natural beings. And anytime you do something that's unnatural, you start a war within yourself.
Well, I want to say this. I don't know what you call unnatural, but the wig industry is freaking our industry. That started in ancient Kemet, when we add straws and ribbons and beads and stuff to elongate our styles. When we put spears and different types of things in our hair to adorn it just to go to war, that is not unnatural. We have to be re-educated. It's not fake. It's not, that's not really yours. This is our way of adorning. We don't just polish our nails and our toes and put lipstick on. We dress up our whole entire bodies.
Right. That's
we
royalty.
are royal beings on the planet. And I don't think people really understand. We're avatars. You might come out looking any kind of way that can't nobody else describe to another person. Like, I don't know what that was I saw, but it sure was beautiful. Okay. We have to learn our history and our culture. We were the first known cosmetologists. Right. And the wig industry is a multi-trillion industry, and it's not owned by us.
Right. Because I'm glad you educated me on that, sister, because all my life coming up, people, they were criticizing people for putting Indian hair or going to get this, and they was like, do your own, but without understanding, we are doing what we've been doing.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
This is nothing new.
Baby. This is ancient. Look at the pyramids. Look at the walls in ancient Kemet. This ain't nothing new.
Right.
No, I'm not giving them people no credit. It's nothing new.
Come on. It's in us. Now, for those donations, is that a website, or can you give that to the people again?
Mm-hmm. Just Cash App, Naturally Isis, or Zelle.
Okay.
Zelle is my phone number, 214-329-3820. I've been running this campaign the whole 3 months. I've been working on the parade and festival. I might have gotten 5 people to send $10. I don't know.
No.
If we really understand what it meant for me to stand up 20 years so you can make money now. Right. Everywhere you look now, everybody is a braider. I'm a braider. Right. I braid. I do locks. And never ask yourself why.
Right.
How is it?
Right. How is it now?
Naturally Isis for Cash App, and then for Zelle is my phone number, 214-329-3820. Wake up, people. Because if they decide to take that law back, which is something that they're doing in other states, if they decide to revert that law, you would no longer be a braiding entrepreneur in the state of Texas.
Once again, we got to keep this thing rolling. We appreciate your efforts. We do not want to take any steps backwards.
You better say it. You better say it, Papa. That's right.
We fight too hard. We fight too hard, and we have to fund our own movements. We have to start thinking like free and independent people and do what free and independent people do.
Thank you,
sister. It's a pleasure. And so that's going down October. Give them the date again.
The day after tomorrow, Saturday, we're in the streets for Braid Freedom and the Crown Act Parade and Festival. October 21st, y'all drive on down from Houston, wherever you are, and come on, line up for the parade. Is at 9 a.m. and the festival begins at 4 p.m. and the after party will be at Heroes.
Hey, that's right. Sister, thank you for being on the show. Thank you, and may Allah be pleased with what you're doing. And I know that the community and the people that are benefiting and able to put a plate on the table for their family due to your efforts. Thank you. Come on. Thank you, sister.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, ma'am. You've been listening to Verbal Pig Radio, and we're out.